No, mate, it's cool. Cool, mate, cheers. Hello everyone, we're going to be starting in around 3 minutes time. So you can ask me questions and get help with your exercise and nutrition. Feel free to ask them now. Hey Lee, hope you're okay. So here's your opportunity now, guys, to ask questions, anything that you need help with. Imagine you're just in the gym with me now, we've just met up, you can have a cup of coffee while we're talking, and just pick my brain, anything that you can think of that you need help with over the last week, or the last month, or the last year, or the last lifetime, anything at all, just ask away and I'll do my best right here, right now, live to help you, okay guys? Just set up the iPad so I can see everything. How's your training going, Lee? Have you kick-started it off? Have you got stuck into that plan yet? Let me know. I'm just about to fire up the live chat option on the website. So anyone who's on here tonight, give this a go. I'll tell you when it's live. Hopefully it makes the experience a bit better. A lot better, not a bit. First time we've used it. Fingers crossed. So let's get started. So I'm going to kick everything off with how much weight you should lift. So I'm going to log into this. So any questions at all that you want to ask, just ask away. It's a live online session. So let me put myself live. Okay, so on the website now, hello to everyone on Facebook. We're just putting this live on here because we've just got the GymCube website going with the live classes. So all the way through August, I'm still going to put them out on the Facebook group, but come September, it is going to be strictly on the website. Once we start getting people moving over onto there, from Facebook onto there. We've got a brand new live chat service on the website that's been getting soft tested for the last couple of weeks. It seems to be working well. So if you're on the actual GymCube website now at all, you can just jump on, and you should, if it's working properly, see my face on the website in the bottom right hand corner. Doesn't matter whether you're on a phone or desktop, you should see me there. Click on that and you can start talking to me directly there in the website, and you'll still be able to see the video as well. If you make the video bigger so it fills your whole screen, it won't work quite the same. So you need to, hiya Alison, I can see you now. Yes, hey, it works. So when we've tested it, it works better when you keep the video within the page. Don't click on it to make it bigger. And then the box in the bottom, you can talk to me directly there. Alison's talking to me right now. She just says that there's a slight delay compared to Facebook feed. That's all. That's fine, because Facebook feed will be gone in September and it will just be on GymCube. So I'm going to kickstart things off. So hello to everybody who's watching on GymCube. I can see a few people tuning in there, telling me the numbers are there. Hello to the couple of people in the Facebook group. Hope you're all okay. Hello Lee. I know that you've been working hard on your plan, so let me know how you're doing with that. It's a good opportunity for you to ask me direct questions right here, right now. So do take advantage. And apparently I need to be a bit to the right. Yeah, thank you, Alison. So we're going to start off with Denise's question. So Denise has asked me, she was feeling a little bit unsure of whether she should be lifting lighter weights but high repetitions, or heavier weights and lower repetitions. And it's a fantastic question and typical, it depends. That is the first thing I'm going to say. It depends. Sorry you can't see you. Lindsay, you can't hear me. Just 1 second. Let's see. Can anyone else hear me? Let me know if you can hear me on Facebook, guys. Alison, it'd be cool. And if you could let me know, and I'll might have to reboot Facebook if that's the case. So just let me know, guys. If someone can hear me, yes, no, let me know. Lindsay, might be worth jumping over onto the website. Let me know, guys. I'll start. Alison, can you hear me on Facebook? Sounds fine on Facebook and on GymCube. Okay, so Lindsay, it's sounding like it's something to do with you there. Alison's saying that she can hear me fine on Facebook. GC even, yeah. All right, so Lindsay, I hope you can figure that out. Maybe jump over onto GymCube, Lindsay. I can't text you to tell me that, and you can't hear me, so maybe someone else can just type Lindsay, go to GymCube. Right, so back to the weights. So you get different training effects off the heavier or the lighter weights, the higher reps, the lower reps. And it's good to mix them up, really, really good. This is where you get very intelligent, very clever with your planning, your programming. If you just go to the gym all the time and just do the same routine, the same number of reps, the same amount of weight, you're going to get very little progression. You're going to hit plateau and you'll just pretty much stay the same. You can even regress a little bit because your motivation goes and you might start eating a little bit differently. So you have to be putting yourself into plans, into programs. That's what I would do with you if I was training you one-on-one. And that's what we're releasing in September, by the way. So on September the 3rd, it's pretty much becoming public knowledge now. We're releasing 3 plans. Now, the reason I'm telling you is to do with the weights is because those plans are all different in the weights that you lift, the reps that you do. So we've got the extreme weight loss plan. That is a 30-day plan intended to do what it says on the tin. It's going to take you off of GC lifestyle. So GC lifestyle, you take away, you chip down a little bit of your weight, you eat whole foods, you live the way that I want you to live long term. All of these plans take you off of GC lifestyle just temporarily to help you kind of kickstart, accelerate results. Because everybody, no matter what I preach, I want you to eat whole foods, I want you to be good 80% of the time. Pretty much everybody, when they get a weight loss goal in their head, they want to do it quick and fast, and I get it, I do get it. I'm a long-term trainer, but I get that some of you want to do these quick 30-day plans and stuff like that. So we've written them, we've done them, and it's how I think they should be done, and they've got key for me, absolute key, because this is where everyone goes wrong. They do something short-term, but they don't have because they've got an end point, they don't have in place what they're going to do after, and they just pile it all back on. I've got the aftercare all included in these plans. These plans are going to be ready on 3rd of September. If you go to the GymCube website, go to the exercise section, you'll see a section that says step-by-step plans. It's got the 3 plans in there now, but you can go in there and you can get the early bird. If you're part of the GC lifestyle from January, there's a very, very special offer which I've already told you about. If you're a member of GymCube, you get it for so cheap compared to if you're a non-member, so it makes sense to be a member of it. It's a no-brainer. And all these plans are absolutely guaranteed to help you if you follow them. So the reason I'm telling you that while we're talking about weight training is because all 3 of them have different reps and different weights, and that's the topic for tonight. So if you were to break it down, forget about the actual weight that you're lifting. I would want you to think about your reps. So all you girls going into the gym now and not knowing what weight to lift, just forget about it. The rule is the reps. The reps dictate your weight. So if I say to you in one of those plans, I want you to lift 8 to 12 repetitions, and let's say that you're doing something like squats or dumbbell press for your chest and your triceps. Let's say you're doing one of those moves. And I tell you to do between 8 and 12 reps. You will do maybe 3 sets, maybe you've got 45, 60 seconds rest between each set, okay? So you'd walk up, pick up the weight that you think you can do. It's a guess. The first set that you do, it's a guess. Even if you could do it with a certain weight a month ago, you might have got stronger, you should have got stronger, now that might end up being too light. So the first set that you do is your best guess. And then you start doing your reps. Now, you want to be struggling in that zone. So let's say 8 to 12. You want to be struggling. A lot of people say you should be failing. Yes, for some of the last sets, for some of the last reps on certain sets, yes, you want to be reaching failure. But don't be reaching failure on every single set, because that has been shown to have some negative effects on your central nervous system. It can really fatigue you if you do that all the time, day in, day out, week in, week out, month after month. If you constantly reaching failure, you can actually have the opposite effects, and you can degenerate because you've screwed up your central nervous system. So you want to be struggling in that zone. Your form wants to be good, okay? You don't want to be reaching those repetitions and you managing to do it but with really, really bad form. That's classed as you've not done it properly and you can't really count those reps. It's got to be good form. So pick up the weight, perform your set. If you can't reach the minimum number, we've said 8 to 12, if you can't reach 8, then it's been too heavy. The weight is too heavy for you. If you reach 12 and you've banged them out, then it's too light for you. So you've got it wrong. So if it's too heavy, you chip it down a little bit, go a couple of kilos or whatever you feel it was to try and get it in that zone perfect. If it's too light, you're going up to 12's top end, then you go up in weight and you make it so you're struggling in that zone. Now the different zones have different effects to your body. You should not, I'm speaking to females here now, because we've got a 90% database. Appreciate there's a few males in here, but right now at this moment I'm speaking to females. Do not be scared of lifting heavy weights. You've got practically zero testosterone in your body. You will find it very, very difficult to naturally put on large amounts of muscle, okay? Yes, you're gonna put on muscle, of course you are, but it's gonna be feminine muscle. You're gonna struggle to put the big, massive lumps of muscle on you because your testosterone is so low. You see some of these girls who are ripped up to shreds, putting you off weightlifting because they're masculine. I'm telling you now, those girls have had a bit of a helping hand, if you know what I mean. So don't be scared of lifting those heavy weights, girls, okay? All my personal training female clients, hello Helen, all my personal training female clients, I get them with lifting weights. I take them in the gym, I'm up there with them next to all the lads lifting, and they're smashing it within a few weeks, as confident as anything and making some of the lads look a bit silly, okay? You want to be lifting weights. If you want to get toned, if you want to get firmer, harder, if you want your body to be leaner and firmer to the touch, that's not going to be with cardio alone. You need to be lifting some weights. Now, you want to be periodizing yourselves, putting yourselves in phases. And if this gets a little bit complicated now, then you just follow the plans that we're going to release on September the 3rd, and they just tell you exactly what to do and you don't need to think. But I'm going to tell you just the logic behind it now. You're not fitness instructors, you don't really need to know a lot of this stuff, but if you want this knowledge, here it is. The different zones do different things to your body. So 8 to 12, I'll start with that because that's what we just talked about, is called your hypertrophy phase. This is where you develop lean muscle tissue. Hypertrophy, the definition of it is the development of lean muscle tissue. It has been shown that if you do that amount of reps with the correct amount of rests and the correct amount of sets for the correct length of time, it is optimal for building lean muscle tissue onto your body. It's an excellent way to get yourself more toned and firmer. This is the repetition zone that a lot of girls don't do. So a lot of girls are doing 15s and 20s and 25s. So this zone, there's nothing wrong with this zone, but this zone is going into your endurance zone. Pretty much everything above 12 I usually use 15s and above, usually 15s. That's your endurance zone. Nothing wrong with this zone. This is muscle strength and endurance. This is going to make it so that you're physically fitter in your muscles. It makes them work for longer. You do need to train in that zone. You hearing sound yet, Lindsay? Yeah, Lindsay, I hope you're hearing sound. So it's good to be in this zone because it makes you be able to do more. So you could have a phase in your endurance zone where you spend several weeks lifting anywhere from 12s to 15s to 20s repetitions. That's going to bring your weight down because it's higher reps, so you can do more. So that will get you fitter, get you physically fitter. Then after several weeks, you can switch it to a hypertrophy zone. Because you're fitter now, you'll be able to do a little bit more, your muscles will be much more ready, and then you can start to build lean muscle tissue for several weeks using 8 to 12 reps, sometimes doing as low as 6. Now, we've mentioned 6. Once you start to go below 8s, repetitions of 8s, once you start doing like your 6 reps, your 5 reps, you are much more going into your strength zone. So this is where you do these amounts of repetitions. It doesn't do the same to your body. It doesn't give you that same cut, lean, defined look. This is where, if you look at a strength trainer, a male or a female who's a strength trainer, their physique will look differently to a hypertrophy trainer, person who's training, and then an endurance person who that's all they do, they'll look slightly different again. So the more you do your strength training, the less kind of defined shape you have, and this is where you can get a little bit more bulk, okay? But that shouldn't put you off because you're not going to be doing this for a lifetime of months and months and months and months. You might do a strength set, a strength exercise. So you could, in your phase, you could be doing like 8s and 12s and things like that. And then one of your sets, say your squats or something like that, because you want to be able to get stronger so that you can do more in your other things. So if you want to go to your hypertrophy stage, because you've been training some strength, you can then do more. It transfers over into your hypertrophy stage, and this is how you develop. So with the strength, when I'm talking to females again here, I don't tend to do long periods of out and out, just 6 reps, 6 reps, 6 reps. I'll do it where it's, the maximum I'll do, absolute maximum I'll do is something like 5 weeks or something like that. And I'll tend to do like 5 sets of 5 reps or something. I still tend to then put the higher reps in after it. So I might do like say 5 sets of 5 reps of squats to get you stronger, but then I'll be horrible to you and I'll make you do like 20 reps of leg extensions and 20 reps of hamstring curls, maybe even superset them to make you cry a little bit and make you burn like hell. Who wants to train with me now? Who wants to train with me? But it does work and it gets everything in there and flushes the blood through you and gets all the nutrients in there, and it really gets good results. So in terms of what's best, so the question was asked by Denise, what should she be lifting? The answer that I want to give you is phases. So I do not want you sticking to one way of training forever. So if I can't say to you the best is 15 reps, because then that you might think in your head, right, forever now I'm just going to do 15 reps, 15 reps. It's the wrong thing to do. They've all got their reasons and benefits for doing certain weights and certain repetitions. So my advice to you all is to go into phases of training, which is exactly what GC Lifestyle is all about. It's a little bit of an evolution with us. Coming into, we got a message off Liz there. Coming into September 3rd, we've got phases of training available for you to download and follow. So GC Lifestyle is what I've been preaching to you. Whole foods, 80% of the time being good. And then you've got your challenges now. So you could say to, right, I'm going to live on the GC Lifestyle for the next 3 months. I'm looking at my calendar. But then you could say, right, I've got a wedding coming up in, let's say, May. So you decide to do the 30-day extreme weight loss plan, starting kind of just before April, just to get you there, bang on. So then you'll do that, but then you'll do the aftercare where it's reverse dieting back onto the GC lifestyle again. Does that make sense? And by doing this, by having these phases of training, you will shock your muscles, you'll confuse them, it'll keep you adapting and changing, it'll keep you motivated, it'll keep you interested because you're doing something different all the time. And that's the key thing to getting results with your body, is to shock it. If it gets used to the same thing, you've already changed to, once you've changed, so if you're doing a program and you have changed and you've got results, great, okay? Once you've got results and you keep doing the same thing, your body's already changed to do what you've been training for. So it's not going to change anymore unless you then change what you're doing. So that's why you have to be in phases, okay team? And that is the explanation of weights, and I hope that helps. Hit me with some questions if you need any more on that. Let me see what Lindsay's saying. Okay, so Lindsay is saying, let me figure this thing out. Okay. Hi, I can hear you on GymCube. Hello, Lindsay. So I've got you here now. Hello. Is there going to be an eating plan as well as the exercise? I've only a stone to lose. Are these plans suitable? Yes, there is an eating guide with the plans. So just let me just turn this off a second. Bear with me. Yes, there is. So each of these plans, so again I'll reiterate, GC Lifestyle is everything I've been preaching from day one. All these plans are taking you off of GC Lifestyle. When you finish the plans, you reverse diet back onto GC Lifestyle. GC Lifestyle is how I want you all to live. I hate the thought of you following one of these plans and that's it, that's how you live forever. You can't, I don't want you to do that. These are all temporary to trigger results. So we're releasing 3. I've done loads more. They just take a damn long time with all the pictures and the descriptions and things like that. So I'm releasing 3. There's the first one is the Extreme Weight Loss Plan. That has been designed with an exercise plan, an eating guide, and an optional supplement plan, which you can go and buy. It's optional, but if you do that, that will accelerate results massively. It's not a lot of money compared to everything else that's out there on the market. And that will lose you around about a stone in 30 days if you stick to it and do it properly. Everybody that's done that, I have witnessed, if they do it properly, they'll lose a stone in 30 days. If they do it wrong, they cock it up and it's worse. You have to be disciplined if you're gonna. Don't even buy it if you think you're gonna cheat. Because if you combine cheating with it, it's the worst thing you can do. You've got to be absolutely on it, okay? So that's the Extreme Weight Loss Plan. Then you've got the Slim and Tone Plan. That is designed to drop you a dress size and firm up your body. So again, that's got an eating plan with it, an eating guide with it. It's got an optional supplement plan that'll again help to optimize you. Don't have to do it though, it's optional. And it's got its own dedicated exercise plan. And then the next one that I'm releasing, all on 3rd of September, is the Strengthen and Define Plan. Now the Strengthen and Define Plan is what I want you on if you don't really have much weight to lose, if you reach kind of like the weight that you want to be. Because too many people are on a weight loss, and when does it end? There's got to be that zone where you think, no, I'm happy with my shape now, I like this dress size, I feel good in these clothes. That's the one where you go onto the Strengthen and Define Plan. That is going to make your body stronger. This is where you lift a little bit heavier weights. You're already stronger now, you've been doing everything, your core's stronger from the previous plans. So the Strengthen and Define one is if you have reached either a plateau with your strength and you want to get stronger, or if you've reached your weight that you want to be and you want to get stronger and more defined. So I hope that helps. Seems to be a few people not getting sound on Facebook, but a few people are telling me that they have got it. So I can see now Jan, Karen, Simone, let's see what else there is. Mags, Alison, Helen, Katie, Joanne, Emily, the other Emily, Lindsay. So I hope you can hear me. I think a few people have said they can't hear me tonight. Jan, Lindsay was also having problems. Tried GymCube website. Mags has sound, but I had to turn my volume up. Okay, so hope it's looking like people have got sound and some haven't. Okay, so if anyone's got any other questions, I am hitting them live on Facebook, which is that camera, hello. And I'm also hitting them live on GymCube. I have today, and I think this is working quite nice, isn't it, Lindsay? Alison, let me know. You two have tried it, so it's a brand new release. I've soft tested it for a few weeks and we've had a few little coding things which you don't need to worry about, but I feel like it's working now, so this is going to hopefully be much better for us in September. These Facebook ones are going to stop. We do need to be transferring over to that GymCube website. It's members, it's members on the coaching. So obviously with it being on Facebook, I can't see who is members and who isn't. So guys, £4 a week and you get access to all the live classes, HD quality widescreen instead of it. You can have it for free if you want on Facebook. If you don't want to pay £4 a week, it's cool, I get it. But it'll be square like this if you want to stream it to your telly and stuff. So if you want the HD widescreen, then it's £4 a week and that gets you access to the online live coaching, and I guarantee to do at least one a week, We had Katie in last week, so we did 2, and we've got some plans. So I've been actually speaking to a few of the members and Katie as well this evening, because we want to make it a little bit cooler for you. I'm hoping these kind of things help, but one of the things that we're looking at doing is having a bit of a split screen, and I'll have maybe an expert in a certain field with me and we can have a chat with them, and then you can also ask questions as well at the same time. And we're going to start with topics, so we'll actually, like tonight, we start with a topic. No one's really asked a question. It seems like this was all interesting enough for you. So we'll have kind of topics to talk about each week. So we're looking at doing that, and then we're also looking at focusing on a member. So anyone who doesn't mind sharing their issues or questions or anything, we're looking at having that split screen, and I'll actually Skype or whichever software we use with one of you if you're comfortable to do that. Some people won't be, and that's fine, but if you are, you can put yourself forward. We're going to put some kind of submission form into the site. And like Radio 1 does Sunday Surgery, have you ever seen that? We're kind of going to do something like that. And then at the same time you can listen in, because a lot of people, I get hundreds of questions, hundreds and hundreds, and a lot of them are the same. A lot of you are going through the same battles. You're all a lot of you are in the same boat. Be it you're not losing weight, but you've tried every bloody diet there is under the sun. A lot of women that we speak to are going through menopausal issues, and you're in the same boat. And to share these things helps massively. Sometimes I don't have the answers, and you guys, you've already been through something that someone else is going through now 5 years ago and found out the answers, and you help them more than I do. We're a little support group, we're a little community. Sometimes it's you guys who help more than me. So that's all going to come soon, I think, as well, into September. Helen's saying, if we are having topics, I would love a one on mindset, please. Yep, and I know some amazing mindset people. Mindset is something I'm big on as well. I'm massively focused on that when I'm one-on-one personal training someone. I kind of like to get into your heads and get you thinking, come on, you've got to do this. But we do know some amazing people who can come with mindset, so I'll put that on the list for sure. Okay guys, if anybody has got any specific questions, I think Lindsay's writing one right now. I'll let her just write that. I can see that she's writing something. Alison. Right, I've just seen your question, Alison. So Alison is saying, if you're relying on body pump, for example, which I am at the moment for weight stuff, it's not actually that efficient long term. I would use body pump is awesome, love it, it's brilliant. I got a bad thing to say about pretty much any workout. They've all got their place, but everybody, I'm going to reiterate this again, Alison, yourself, and everybody listening, everything should be phases. You can't be doing body combat, body pump, and body balance for the next 4 years of your life. You'll get to a certain stage, you'll be in a great shape, and you'll get to a certain stage, but you'll plateau. You want to be doing a new release, which I think there's still 12 weeks, yeah? 12 weeks is about maximum. So it's great because you don't have to think. So you could think to yourself, right, over the course of the year, That's where I want to do, because body pump is endurance. You're doing so many reps, it's unbelievable. So you can't be lifting the heaviest weights. Even when you think you're lifting heavy, because you're on your like 3027th rep, and you think you're doing heavy, if you was to rest and try the heaviest weight 4 days later in the gym for say 10 reps, it'd be easy, okay? It's heavy because you've done a load of reps. You do hundreds of reps. So this is amazing for your muscle endurance. It's one of the best, I love it. But you want to be doing a phase of it, and then that's it, you've done it, you've reached your goal. Maybe you do the 12 weeks for the grand finale, for their next release. You get to the end of the 12 weeks and you want to be lining up a new phase of training. And listen, this is where you probably want to be starting a gym plan, going into like your 8 to 12 reps. You need to get stuck into the gym for the hypertrophy, the development of lean muscle tissue and your strength training, because there's no real classes, even though they might be called strong, like Zumba's just brought out Zumba Strong and stuff like that, even might be called strength and strong and stuff like that, unless you're lifting decent weights, it's not going to have the effect. It's going to be endurance. It's like your body weight stuff's usually endurance, you know. So yeah, that's what you want to be doing. Put it in phases. Hope that's helped. Let's see what Lindsay's put. Lindsay's put a few questions. Guys, is this live chat working well on the website? It'd be cool to have your feedback, the ones that are on it. Helen's saying, so what you're saying, Kev, is a mix-up of routines each week to keep your body guessing, like an outdoor cycle class, then maybe a few gym workouts. You can absolutely, Helen, absolutely do umpteen weeks of the same routine, okay? You could have a couple of 4, 5, 6 workouts, okay? And you could do them for 8, 12, maybe even 16 weeks, but your variables would have to change. So each week that you go, you would have to go that little bit harder, or that little bit longer, or rest that little bit less between sets, or do a few extra reps, or do a little bit extra weight every time. And those little tiny increments like that are pretty much unknown. You have to be a geek. That's, as a personal trainer, that's what I do. You enjoy your session. Half the time I don't even tell you what because I get bored, what my clients, they don't even know what I'm doing. I'm a proper geek, me. I'm writing down every rep that they're doing, every weight that they're doing. The next week, I'll make them do one more rep on that set that they did. I'll make them do a little bit more weight. I'll drop the rest time from 75 seconds to 60 seconds. Then the next week from 60 seconds to 45. And then from 45 to 30. And then the week after, I'll take it back up to 75 seconds rest, but I'll add more weight and I'll add more reps and all these things like this, or an extra set. So it's about progressing. You pick a phase that you want to be in, a certain kind of weights or a certain program like body pump, or if you're in the gym 8 to 12 reps with all different body parts, which is what I'm releasing in September, yeah? You then do that, get to the end of your phase, which is not usually weeks. Its shortest usually will be like 30 days. A good session, a good program is usually 6-8 weeks. Body pump is 12 weeks. I have done 16-week programs sometimes, okay? But it's all in phases, Helen. Jan, you're back with sound. Helen, working great here in Las Vegas. Yes, loving it. I'm speaking in Las Vegas right now. Damn it, I'm not there. Manchester's alright though. It's alright. Okay, cool. So, let's move on. I think we've got some questions from Lindsay. Yeah, on Lindsay now. Okay, so Lindsay, this is the last question, guys, and I'm going to go, okay? If you have got any questions, I know what I'm like, I might be tempted to answer them, but maybe I can use them for the next online live coaching. But this is the last one now. So, it is, I've been really tired this week and having a dip in energy. Is this normal a few weeks? This is my 3rd week in. Yes, it can be normal, but wow, there are so many different potential answers for this. It's unbelievable. Usually if people start feeling a little bit tired and a little bit lethargic, then I would be thinking that either your macros aren't correct for you, you've not got them just bang on right, possibly dehydrated. If you're low on water, you can be very... Lucozade did a test, and when they were 2% dehydrated, they underperformed by 20% in the gym. So if you're ever so slightly dehydrated, it can really affect you. Times of the month as well, this cycle can affect you as well. So you're 3 weeks in, so maybe a cycle somewhere could be playing a part. I have females that are trained. I heard Katie saying the exact same thing the other week. I see it's 100% correct. Over those 4 weeks, they'll come in. 1 week they smash it, 1 week they do okay, 1 week they do really bad. Then they come in and smash it again. They're thinking they're just having good days. It's because of the cycle a lot of the times. So that could be a factor. So don't beat yourself up. I have really bad days sometimes, and I eat really well most of the time. And sometimes I can go into the gym and I just don't feel like I can do anything. I feel rubbish. Those are the days you've still got to do it anyway. You've just got to get through it. But then the next day I can go in and I'm absolutely on fire and I'll smash it. It's just the way it is. Sometimes it's hard to be bang on it 100% of the time. So like I used to train pro boxers and we purposely didn't have them at 100%. We kept them a little bit lower because they only needed to be 100% on fight night. So we'd have them at 70% and 80%. You don't always be going in and failing and smashing it, okay? And then you peak up to certain days where you do. But what I will be doing, make sure, Lindsay, that you have got a good 30% of the food that you eat as protein, okay? Good 30%. Now the other 70% can be manipulated. You need to probably do the test a little bit longer than the 3 days. I believe you did it just on day 1, day 2, day 3. What I would do now, so that sorted you out, that was like your first phase. You did the test in the morning to figure out whether you were high fat or high carbs or a mixture of carbs and fat, and I think you identified which one you felt best. The next progression on from that is to do it more than just the first meal. It's to do it all the way through, and then you start to really. So you've been doing it now for 3 weeks, and on the 3rd week you're a little bit lethargic. Then I would start to probably play a bit more around with my fats and my carbs. So I would have probably at least 1 full day on higher fats, still 30% protein all the time. Everything you do is always 30% protein, but throughout the day have some higher fat. See how you feel, really kind of be a bit of a geek about it. Was I still lethargic, or did I have a bit more energy, mental and physical? And make a note of it. Then have a go at your carbs. Try and be a bit more with your 70% fats and carbs. Be a bit higher with your carbs than your fats. And again, analyze yourself. How did you feel? Did you crave sugar? Did you have energy? Didn't you have energy? And again, make note of it. And then have a mixture one day, and then see how you feel. And you need to be kind of fine-tuning that to find out what is optimal to you, because some people function amazing on carbohydrates, some people function amazing on fats, some people are opposite, where they don't function well on high fat and they don't function well on high carb, and some people function amazing on a mixture. They're the lucky ones because they can pretty much eat anything. So I am I've found, so I'll give you an example of me. I've found through endless testing years ago, I found that I was on fire if I had high fats in the morning. So I tried to 80% of the time have a 30% protein and a high fat breakfast. That might, for example, I might have smoked salmon, protein and fats there, good omega-3 fats, and I'll have like scrambled egg cooked in coconut oil or something like that. And then that's my high protein, high fat. I might have a little tiny piece of steak with a load of walnuts. Again, that's protein and fats there, and I'm on fire. Absolutely on fire. Lunchtime, I've figured out that I can pretty much eat anything. It doesn't. If I start the day off with high fats, it doesn't seem to matter to me as an individual what I have at lunch. But that's me. To other people, it does. And then evening meal, I tend to have. Again, it's still a little bit of a mixture. I like to have a little bit of carbohydrates in my evening meal so that I can replenish. I seem to function better the next day if I do that. So that's just an example of what you need to try and kind of figure out. There's no such thing as one size diet fits all. So as much as I can kind of say, right, Lindsay, try that diet, it could work for out of 10 of you, it could work for 6 of you, and 4 of you it might not. So you got to just figure these little things out yourself, and then we keep releasing these recipes on GymCube, and we've called them types now as well. So we've worked out this is going to get released on 3rd of September. So on that test, we've kind of branded them to power type, energy type, and what is the other one? Burner type. That's it. I nearly forgot. It's brand new. Burner type, energy type, and power type, and then all our recipes have got the stamp of which one they are. So if you figure out that you're a power type, then 80% of the time you should be having power food recipes, so you can search all the power recipes. So that's what's coming next. So that's the first time I've said that out loud. Guys, I am out of here. I really hope that has helped you. I hope I've answered a few questions there. We'll do this again sometime next week. I try and always do Mondays, but I couldn't do it Monday this week, so we did it Wednesday instead. Always feel free to ask questions. Randomly, you can send a question in. If you have it on a Saturday morning, I'll pick it up and I'll use that for the next one. So guys, start using the GymCube website, please. It's better quality. And yes, we want you on there. We really want you to start using. I'm going to be not using Facebook group very, very soon, but I won't shut it down, by the way. I'll just leave it for you lot to have, and it can be like a little Facebook community, but I will be in that website pretty much. That's it from September. Okay guys, all right, hope that's helped. I'll see you next time.